welcome back to my channel. I'm Charnel, and today I'm going to go over all the books that I read in the month of August. So today I read, let's see, in August I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 books. I did not realize that, but okay. But y'all, most of them were on my Kindle. I was really hanging tough on my Kindle because, you know, when you're on the go, it's easy to just grab it. My little Kindleisha. Okay, so I'm gonna start. This is no particular order, I don't think. I'll just start with the books that I physically have. Okay, so this is actually the first book that I did read in August. So this is Innocent Intent by Casey Mills. And sorry if y'all are crooked. I don't know if y'all could tell, but y'all are a little crooked. I tried to fix it, but whatever. Anyways, this is Innocent Intent by Casey Mills, and I rated this 4 stars. It was really good. It's a thriller. Y'all, I was also in my thriller bag. I don't know what it was, but I was just in thrillers and gripping stories in August. But yeah, so this is like a domestic thriller. It wasn't scary though at all. So just a little bit about it is, when a wife becomes the prime suspect in her husband's murder, this criminal psychologist must forget everything she thought she knew in order to clear her name in this debut psychological thriller. Perfect for fans of Shanora Williams' The Wife Before. So I agree. If you like Shanora Williams books, you would like this one. And Casey Mills, y'all probably see her all through like your Kindle Unlimited and stuff like that. She mostly does, she's done urban fiction and just romance. So she usually writes like really good like romances and stuff like that. And I think one of them is called like Whispers and Whiskey or something like that. Anyways, so this is her first thriller. So, which I didn't know, which is really good. I hope she does more. Because she does weave in a little bit of romance with the story too, so, which is really good. And the next one is, oh, I did say I'm not gonna go in order, huh? Okay, so another one that I read, keeping with the thriller theme, is The Golden Couple by, so these are dual authors, Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. I gave this one 4 stars also. I hardly give thrillers 5 stars, y'all. If you haven't noticed before, like my other videos, because I'm a scaredy cat. Okay, so this one a little bit is about it's a wealthy Washington suburbanite. Okay, well, wealthy Washington suburbanites, Marissa and Matthew Bishop, seem to have it all until Marissa is unfaithful. Beneath their veneer of perfection is a relationship riven by work and a lack of intimacy. Marissa wants to repair things for the sake of their 8-year-old son, and because she loves her husband. Enter Avery Chambers. Avery is a therapist who lost her professional license. Still, it doesn't stop her from counseling those in crisis, though they have to adhere to her unorthodox methods. And the Bishops are desperate. So this one is basically like a, I guess, domestic thriller. Yeah, domestic thriller. And I will say, while this is good, it was very slow. And it took a while to get to the thrilling part, like the twist of what's going on. So there's a lot of red herrings. There's a few characters that are red herrings. But it was still like, it was taking a while to get to, okay, what's going, like, you know, just not the point, but like just to get to like action basically. So that's the only thing I would say about this. But I know people who DNF'd this, but to me the payoff was good. It was worth it to give it 4 stars. So yeah, that was The Golden Couple. Alright, another one that I read is The Gardens of Eden by Rosie Lee. This one I'm pretty sure I know. Again, I gave it 3 stars. This was basically like a contemporary fiction, literary fiction mix, I guess. And this one was an ARC, not even an ARC because it's already been out, but it was a gifted copy, I would say. That I read it for the author, Rosie Lee, and Coco Chapters on Instagram. So they sent this to me with a cute, I think I showed y'all before, with a cute like bookmark that looks just like this, with the florals and stuff like that, in exchange for me to do an Instagram post. And yeah, so while the characters in this was just too polarizing, like I understand like you have to have antagonists and protagonists and things like that, but so is this supposed to be a family of women? So there's the matriarch, and then and 2 of the girls are like they're sisters, like a year apart, but they look like twins. They're the nieces, and then the other woman she's a in-law, so she married into the family, but her spouse died. So but she's like still in the family. She's a part of the family. It doesn't matter if the spouse dies or not, and that's a kind of like a contention in this book. Like the nieces are trying to push her out and things like that. But she's like the CEO of the family company. You know, this is a wealthy family. They're well off. They have a big, like multi-generational company. And yeah, and the in-law, she's like the main one in charge of the company right now. But like some of the nieces are just, or like not even some, it's just the 2 nieces, like especially one of them, like the older sister, she's just too, like she was just really mean to the in-law, and there was just no explanation. So us as the readers were like, why is this girl so mean to her? And it was just to me it was very uncomfortable to read. I didn't like the characters. The only character I really liked probably was the matriarch. And I'm glad she got her, like I love her story. It was just very polarizing. And y'all know I love my family sagas, my multi-generational sagas, but this one, like, it was hard to read. It was. And the author even commented on my Instagram post, because I was very positive in my Instagram review, but the author commented, she's like, don't worry, there's a second one coming next year. So, you know, so the story's going to continue. So I'm glad to hear that. I think I'll probably read that too, I need a resolution, because it was just like, why y'all so mean? Anyways, yeah, so I gave this one 3 stars. This is The Gardens of Eden. And the next one that I have on me is What's Done in the Darkness by my girl, Kayla Perrin. I told y'all I'm obsessed with her books. I'm trying to, wherever I find What's Done in the Darkness, right? But yeah, so I think I was saying Kayla Perrin is my girl. So I rated this one. What did I rate this? Oh, 4 stars. Okay. So, I really enjoyed this one. So this one is, I think it's not really a continuation of the last one I told you about, but it's not really a continuation, but it's some of the, like 1 or 2 of the characters from the last one that I told y'all about. What is it? I keep saying that. One that are in here that play, you know, that it's that the book is about, basically. I don't want to spoil anything. But yeah, so this one is about, okay, so Jade Blackwin feels like she's losing her mind after burying both her parents and being left by her boyfriend for her scheming best friend. She totally loses it. At college graduation, she confronts her man, slaps her BFF, then crashes her car. Not everyone thinks she's crazy, even her sister, who convinces Jade to take a job in beautiful, restful Key West. Okay, so in this, so the main character, Jade, she's, you know, like the synopsis said, like she's going through a lot, and it's in a short amount of time, in like a year or less. And then when we first get when the book first starts, it's like within 1 or 2 days, like her world is like turned upside down. So with anybody, especially like I think she's like 21. She's supposed to be a senior in college. So she's probably like 21-ish. And here's any young girl, like, you know, their minds are fragile. I remember. So of course she's gonna be like, you know, they're usually quick to like try to fight and stuff like that. So anyways, it gets translated into her. Everybody thinking she's just crazy, like she has gone crazy, basically. That's what everybody's thinking. And it kind of plays a part in like the things that she goes through throughout the book. And she meets this crazy, the person that her sister sent her to work for in Key West in Florida. You know, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but yeah, she was in the last book. And if you read or remember me talking about Will Never Tell, like there's some characters like the big sisters in the sorority, like the I don't want to say their names, but like 1 or 2 of them in the sorority, they're like the big sisters. They were showing like little weird behavior, and like they're a little off. Yeah, they're one of them is in this book. She's the other main character in this book, and yes, yeah, she's crazy, and it plays a part in, you know, Jade's experience in Florida. Is all I can say. Okay, but I do recommend this book for real. I recommend What's Done in the Dark. I just recommend Kayla Perrin's books, period. She's a good writer. And these books are from like 2008, 2009, 2010. And I can't believe I didn't know about them back then. But again, I was like 18. Like, I was like I was in college myself in undergraduate. So I was like a freshman, sophomore in college when these books were coming out from Kayla Perrin. And I was, you know, when you're in undergrad, you are fighting for your life, just trying to get these English papers done, economics, you know, make sure you're partying. I was not reading. I wasn't. Long story short, I was not reading. And I didn't care about any books that were coming out. I only had textbooks. Only had room for textbooks back then. But I'm glad I found her now. It was the right time. Okay, so let's get to the other books that I read. Innocent Intent was the first one I read, but right after that, I started just finding stuff on my Kindle. So I jumped into Roomy Lover Friend by Sean, and I'll put the image somewhere right here of the book. But I rated that one 5 stars, y'all. That was so good. It says I read this in like a day. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. But that book, y'all, was so good. And the second one doesn't come out until like October or November. And I've already pre-ordered it. So excited to, like, I love when I just find something that like I become obsessed with, because I'm obsessed with Sean's books. Shon is her name, and that's it. That's how you know she's iconic, or she, I don't care. Okay, so this book was so good. I rated it 5 stars. I don't know if I said that, but I rated it 5 stars. They were funny. Just like when I told y'all about what was the book called? Is it Thick Girl Summer? No. By Danielle Allen. The one that just came out. I'll tell y'all. But like how I kept saying that one was funny, this one was funny too. It was just funny. They were cute. They were like, the progression of the relationship was cute. Like, they were just cute and funny. And Elijah loves Blair. Like, it was so cute. Y'all, even just in the mood for like just romance, read this one. And I probably should have put the picture up here. I think I probably did. Hopefully I did. Read this one. I can't wait for the next one. And I think it's what's the series? It just says A New Hope novel. Oh, the Cunningham Brothers series. Okay. Okay, yeah, because it's Elijah Cunningham. But yeah, y'all read Roomy Lover Friend. It's so good. Okay, and the next one I read was Heat of the Moment by Brianne Denée. And this is the Evermore series. I think it just recently came out like this year. Oh yeah, June 19th it said. Okay. So I rated this 4 stars. So this one is about Sylvana. So she approaches a man in the club, Zahir. Let's see. Okay, so they're supposed to just have a one night stand, but then they end up meeting each other again. Like, and I won't say how or when, but like it's funny. Again, like I like books where like the romance is like they're still like funny. And like having fun in the book. So this is the book one. This is book one in the series, the Evermore series, and I started. No, I didn't start it. I just downloaded the book 2. Hopefully, I'll probably read it this month or next month. But yeah, I recommend this one too. I listened to the Eternal Ones, but I actually have the physical copy. But I just wanted to listen to it. I listened to it on Spotify. I just didn't feel like holding it because this is the thickest one of the series. It's the last one. It's the thickest one, but so I got kind of intimidated. I was like, let me just listen to it. And it's good. 5 stars. And I guess I should do like the whole series is 5 stars to me. This is a YA fantasy. This is number 3, the final book in the Golden One series. We'll spoil it. I don't want to spoil it for y'all because it's the last one in the series. So how do I even say anything about it? Read it. That's all I can say. I highly recommend it. Start with the Gilded Ones. Second one is it's the red cover. What is it? This is Eternal Merciless. So the second one is the Merciless ones. Third one is this one, the Eternal Ones, the blue cover. Read them, and if you don't feel like reading them, or I've noticed it with me when a fantasy book intimidates me because I don't really read a lot of fantasy. I just listen to the audiobook because you're just listening to them build the world. Because that's the scary part of fantasy books for me. It's the world building, and I get bored. It's just like, all right, such and such does this dragon does that, or whoever, whatever. Listening to it though, it keeps me engaged. So I highly recommend it. I love this book, y'all. I love all 3 of them. All right. So what else did I read? Okay, I'll put the picture up here. I read A Love Like the Sun by Rhys M. Nielsen, and I rated it 5 stars. My romances have been hitting this month. Okay, so this one, quick little synopsis, because this wasn't even on my TV. Y'all know I don't really do TBRs anymore, but this wasn't even on my radar, I should say, for August. But I saw it it was available on Libby, and I was like, all right, let me borrow it. I was hooked. This one is a Friends to Lovers, which I think I've told y'all for romance books, that's like my favorite trope, I guess you can say, or storyline, whatever you want to call it. And this one, like, the reason why this like really hit me in like a really good way was that they were really just friends. They were like, you know how a lot of Friends to Lovers romance books, they'll be like little, like, you know, internal monologue on the first page, or like how they talk to each other, ask with each other. It's like giving like y'all are more than friends already. No, these 2, Linnea and Isaac, they were just friends until like does it say on here? Oh yeah, so until they came up with the fake dating thing to boost her business, um that's when because they're like, it's like the realm of possibility, like, oh, we really could be, more. But like most of like the first half of the book, they were literally just friends, and it was nice to see, because that's usually how it is in real life, like, or for the most part. So I, just because of that, like the authenticity, like this of the book, I was just hooked and I loved it, and I gave it 5 stars. Read A Love Like the Sun. The next one, I have the physical book, but my friend is borrowing it because it's our part of our book club. It's our book club's September read. So I already loaned it out before I could even record this video. So this one is Margot's Got Money Troubles by Ruthie Thorpe. This is one of those women versus the void style of books that I keep telling y'all I'm going to give y'all a video on. And this one, I gave it 4 stars. And it was an interesting book. So this one's a little bit, okay, just a little bit about the synopsis. Okay. It's a bold, laugh out loud, funny, and heartwarming story about one young woman's attempt to navigate adulthood, new motherhood, and her meager bank account in our increasingly online world. I can't talk. So, as the child of a Hooters waitress and an ex-pro wrestler, Margot Millet's always known she'd have to make it on her own. So she enrolls at her local junior college, even though she can't imagine how she'll ever make a living. Still figuring things out and never planned to have an affair with her English professor. And while the affair is brief, it isn't brief enough to keep her from getting pregnant. So that's what I'm going to say. So, yeah, like I said, I gave it 4 stars. It was an interesting book. Even for a woman versus the void style book that I love, because there could be, okay, I would say the first part of the book, like where it opens, the first like chapter or two, it could be, my son is trying to get in. Okay, it could be kind of triggering, because I'm like, this, I mean, I know she's 19, but this could be like, because okay, read between the lines. She was messing with her professor, and his professor, he's already like 40, and she's like 18, and it grossed me the hell out. I was like, what did we choose for book club? What is this? But I just kept reading, and I turned out to like it. I will say, one of my favorite characters in the book, besides Margot, even though she irritated me, I have to remember she's young. She's written to be young, like 19. So obviously her decision-making skills are going to be questionable. But her dad had, like, I loved his redemption arc. And that's all I'm going to say about that, because it's not in the synopsis, but his redemption arc, especially with her, like with their relationship as father-daughter, it was nice to see as a person with, no, I'm not going to get my business, but like, it was nice to see like how he was there for her. So I think that's what, like, the redeeming qualities of like Margot and her dad, really like drove the story home for me. Okay, so the next 2 that I read was a back-to-back. It's a thriller. So it's The Perfect Sister, I'll put it here, and The Perfect Sister 2, that I read right after. Cause like, I didn't know what happened, because The Perfect Sister was left on a cliffhanger. So this is basically it's a thriller. It's about a cult. And I don't think I've ever read any cult books, like books about cult. Like, okay, let me read a little bit of the synopsis, because this was like crazy. So Pandora Harris grew up in an inclusive community just outside of Atlanta called the Black Women Separatists. They do not believe in men, sons, or any other race aside from their own. So only Black women. But Pandora has never felt the need to question anything, not even the woman who has raised her, until her best friend in the community goes suspiciously missing around her 30th birthday. So basically Pandora, because it's her and her two besties who grew up in this cult, born and raised in this cult, that indoctrinated their minds. Everything is about this cult. It's just Black women separatists. That's it. They're just Black women, and this is a synopsis. I'm not spoiling anything, but it's like, by any means necessary, this cult is only for Black women. So if the women in the cult get pregnant, and you could come up with the imagination any way to say how they get pregnant, but even it's not funny. But if they give birth to a son, these cult leaders, like the higher ups, they just take the son, and you don't know what happens to them. So it's like, if you're like highly regarded if you gave birth to a daughter, and even if you gave birth to a son, you get the option to basically not even buy, but like they somehow take daughters from like hospitals and stuff. So in this book, in this world, there's a bunch of kids who don't know who their real parents are, don't know who their real mom is, and they're like thrown in this cult. This book was deep. Both of them. I'm including them as one because it's an ongoing story. So Desiree, the author, but The Perfect Sister, it ends on a cliffhanger, and immediately The Perfect Sister 2 is available to download. And it picks up immediately what happened at the end of Perfect Sister. And yeah. And the male protagonist in the male main character in Perfect Sister and Perfect Sister 2 is this is a synopsis. I'm not spoiling it for y'all. He is the son of one of the higher ups who got taken away like 30 years ago because he was born into the cult as a son. Isn't this crazy? I'm like, is there really something like this out there? I mean, wow. What goes on in these authors' minds to come up with these stories? I'm like, anyways, but yeah, so both, did I see my rating? So The Perfect Sister, I gave it a 4 because it left off with a cliffhanger. I was so mad. And then A Perfect Sister 2, I rated 5. So let's average out both books to 5 stars. I don't even know if that math, but I love them. I love these books. I think these are the only 2 in this cult world. I hope she comes out. I hope Desiree comes out with more, or maybe there's some spinoffs. There's a lot of characters in here, y'all, that I just, especially from Perfect Sister 2, that I'm like, I need to know. Like, I need to know selfishly. Like, more. Like, I want more. So, I'm hoping, you guys, that there's more of The Perfect Sister. But if you have Kindle Unlimited, it's there. I have the pictures up. I'll put them up again probably to show. But these are addicting. These were unique. Cause I'm telling you, maybe y'all have, because a lot of people I know read like the dark stuff, and I'm scared of the dark stuff. But I've never read like cult books. I've watched like documentaries about random cults or whatever. I've never read a fiction book. I read a million thrillers. Not a million. But I've read a lot of thrillers. But I've never read a thriller about a cult. And I recommend it, you guys. And yes, so those are all the books that I read in the month of August. August was also my birthday month, so clap it up for that. So let's see. Get my thumbnail. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, make sure you're subscribing. You subscribe to my channel and you're liking the video, and comment like what was your favorite read in August. How many books did you read? Not that it matters. The number doesn't matter to me. But like, what was your favorite book, or yeah, your favorite genre or whatever that you read in August?